chaotic, and it has changed my life. I'm a fan of his ever since. I love this collection. Thousands most legendary supermodels and more. The four queens of the runway. Fashion, New York Fashion Week is right around the corner. Librarian tonight, and that's because I came to read a bitch. Jaja's Atelier, bitch. Oh. Hello, motherfucker. Listen, y'all, how y'all doing today? It's Friday night. I'm in the house. I've got my ganji. I've got my, my food, and I was feeling good. And I said, you know what? Surprise, surprise. A brand new episode. So, listen, like I said, it's late. It's Friday night. I had a hell of a work week, y'all. Oh, girl, the work was piled up, but we knocked it out, and now it's time to celebrate and chill. So I wanted to bring you guys another episode. I'm not. I watched the last episode all the way through because I was really feeling my look or whatever. Honey, it was giving everything, honey. That champagne, honey. That champagne satin, honey. And girl, it looked like it was covered in spumante. I'm sick. Listen. So I watched it all the way through, and we didn't really touch on politics the last episode. And I liked the way it flowed, and it just wasn't so heavy, So I know everything Trump is doing. He done, now he wants to take away the education for the motherfucking kids. And it's just like, girl, go on, girl. Go get your pamper changed. Just go tell your baby daddy to change your pamper. And go on somewhere. We got lives to live, okay? I'll get to him later on. Not today, maybe another episode. But we just all need a break. It hasn't even been 100 days yet. So anyway, on the last episode, as I was saying, I watched it all the way through. I liked the way it flowed. But on the last episode, I touched on, which way fashion was going to go under this current administration. Are there going to be certain people in fashion who run with the MAGA herd, or is everybody going to stand in solidarity as to what's right? Especially, and I really had that thought because I'm like, look at who they're picking for the creative directors. No shade to them, but it's like they're all white. Everybody is white. It's not right. So I get home from work the last couple days this week, and it's thing after thing. I want to send a huge congratulations to Pat McGrath, who is now, I believe, like the head of the creative director of their beauty segment, which is huge. So huge congratulations to her. Also, I am a huge fan of this young man and his work, Tyler Mitchell, who made history a couple years ago, becoming the first Black photographer to shoot a Vogue cover. He shot Beyonce. Beyonce, I believe, chose him to shoot her on the cover. I can't remember. Was it like 2018? I can't remember what year it was, but it was pre-COVID. It was pre-COVID. So now he's back releasing a catalog that falls in line with this year's Met Gala. Super fine tailoring Black style catalog. Mitchell's essay features models wearing select contemporary garments from the exhibition alongside fabulously self-styled men in vintage or the wearer's own attire, all embodying the camaraderie among well-styled Black men across generations. And I've only seen the one picture. How fabulous is this? And just the texture of this photo, it reminds me of my mom's, my grandma, we call her mama, of her wedding photo. I love the way he captured this. I saw an article about it in the New York Times. People are raving about it. I've only seen this one picture. I tried to look all over to get you guys to see some more pictures, but you have to pre-order that catalog. So I'm definitely gonna, pre-order that catalog because I want it. How gorgeous is this? So I can only imagine what else is in the catalog. So, and following people like Tyler Mitchell. I live in such a small town here in Virginia, and things like Vogue and the New York Times and Architectural Digest, they're an escape for people who live in more rural areas. I am buzzed. Rural areas like this. You know what I'm saying? It's a real escape. Andre Leon Talley talked about that in his book, The Chiffon Trenches, which is why I related to him so much. God bless your soul, godmother. So God bless Andre Leon Talley. But yeah, so I didn't know that along with photography, they had catalogs and essays through visuals. I didn't know that. So you learn something new every day. So huge congratulations to Tyler Mitchell. I can't wait. I'm definitely gonna try to get me a copy of this. And I will show it to you. I was gonna show you. Oh, I told you I got the book that the Met Gala is based off of for Christmas. And I meant to have it, this is why you don't hit the reefer before you have all your props together, but it's a new show. I'm learning, whatever. Bop, bop, bibbity, bop, bop. What are we talking about now? Let me talk to my fake producer. What are we talking about now? Honey. Okay. So I ran across this article on Colted's Instagram. Ooh, my mouth is dry. And it really piqued my interest because this came out of left field. So apparently there's been rumblings all over social media, which I've been seeing it, but I haven't really been seeing it, if you know what I mean. Like, I saw it and I didn't pay attention. I might have saw it once, but when I saw it on Colton, I was like, Everybody is saying now that Demna is, and nobody has said that Demna is leaving Balenciaga, y'all, by the way. I have not heard that. Is that just an assumption, or is he really leaving, or is he going to do all three? It wouldn't be the first time, would it? Maybe I've seen like Karl Lagerfeld, he did too. But not, I don't think he did them did he do Chanel and Fendi at the same time? Or did he do Chloe and Fendi at the same time? Which one did he do at the same time? Or was it Chloe and Chanel he did at the same time? I don't remember. But everybody is championing. Did I say that right? Ooh, I'm high. Everybody is championing for designer Martini Rose to take over for Balenciaga as creative director. Now, I've seen her shows. I love her work, but she's not one of the designers that I've really been able to delve deep in. I don't know a whole lot about her. I do believe that she's from. I do believe that she's from England. She's a beautiful young woman. I'm looking at some of her work. And I can see it. I can see it. Why not? Give her a shot. Hell. But then I do look at her work, and then it is kind of like, and this is no shade to her because she has her own brand, which is quite successful. When I see those things where they do people on the street and, hey, what's up? What are you wearing? I would love to do those one day. I hear a lot of people, especially during London Fashion Week and Paris Fashion Week and Milan Fashion Week, they have something on that's Martini Rose. Almost all of them. Like the real hipster ones, almost all of them have on, yeah, this is my Martini Rose, She's a woman of color. I don't know her exact ethnic background, but she's a sister. I don't believe there has not been one black woman that I can think of that has headed a luxury fashion house. I might have to get up and get a drink of water, y'all. Ooh. I don't know any other. There are a few black men. I do believe that she would be the first. And why not try something different, for crying fucking out loud? Who the fuck wants to see a hoodie fucking Adidas jumpsuit connected to kitten heels with the toes out but covered in a weird way like this? Who wants that? Ain't nobody wearing that no more. We're done. We're done. And that's not to say that Demna is not talented. He brought Balenciaga Couture back to the runway, for crying out loud, after how many, 50 years or some crazy number it was? And the collection, that first collection, the first haute couture collection was everything. It's all anybody could talk about. But it didn't evolve from there. And then the scandal happened. And I told y'all what I thought about it that last episode when we talked about it. Did I break a nail? Oh no, we good. Damn it, and all I have on is some panties. Well, listen, y'all. I'm going to get up and get me a glass of water. I will be right back. Y'all stay right here. Hold on. Y'all wait right there. Yes, this is very unprofessional, but it's Friday and a bitch is thirsty. Okay? Okay, listen, I'm back. She's back. I had to get something to drink. That has to be the most ghetto moment ever on Jean Jean's Atelier. But you know what? I be seeing the other YouTubers do it all the time. Like, they'll get up and go to the bathroom and shit. And I'm like, damn, I need to loosen up a little bit then. Fuck. So, where were we? Oh, Martini Rose. Why not? Oh, we were talking about Demna and the haute couture, right? Okay. Yes, but then the scandal happened. And, you know, you can bounce back from it for a while, but there's going to be that subset group of people that's always going to be in the comment section leaving, in the damn comments. And then we have all these situations going on politically, and then it's like now people want to even on you even more, because it's like, why are you able to do this? This is why we have this in the White House. I've seen it with my own two eyes. So it is time. And then Demna at Gucci, I hope it works for them. I'm not wishing them bad, but I just, between, and y'all know he's Vetements is his brand as well. So it's like, is Gucci gonna be the new Vetements? What are we doing here? Because everything's it's not really a difference between Balenciaga and Vetements. And people started noticing that as well. I saw that in the comments as well. I'm not crazy, bitch. So why not try somebody new? Something different, a shake-up. Now, what I will say about Martini Rose, from what I have seen of her work, though I love it, it is leaning to the more to the consumerism. Is that the right word? To to the trendy side. Some of the pieces. Now I've seen like beautiful statement coats, stuff like that, and I'm like, oh yeah. So and maybe I'm being a little overly critical. I don't know why, but when I see her work, I do see the potential there. Like I said, with the statement codes and the styling and the structured. I saw a pair of structured jeans. I don't think I had the picture of that, but like, see, she has great stuff like the coats, and then she has stuff like this. And she has to have stuff like this because this is her brand. So, but why not give it a chance? She might go in that bitch and turn Balenciaga slam the fuck upside down. You won't know until you give her a chance. Oh, does she want to do it? Because, again, I remember we were talking about Jean Galliano, and everybody was like, oh, when he left Margiela, and everybody was like, oh, he's going back to Dior. Oh, even me, And I said, well, does he even want to go back? Does she even want to do it? And then another thought crossed my mind, and I'm going to close out this section with this. Why are we in the Black community sometimes in such a rush to elevate into white spaces? And I'm not saying that about her. I'm just saying that in general. Even me. Why is that like the first thing we go for? She's already got her own brand. Why aren't we encouraging her instead of going to Balenciaga? Why aren't we encouraging her? Girl, let's put up a GoFundMe and let's see Martini Rose do her first haute couture collection on her own brand as a Black woman. Because, listen, that's no shade to Balenciaga. That's no shade to the fashion world. That's no shade to Martini Rose. That's no shade to myself or others out there who grew up on, loving fashion. But, and I hate to bring politics into it, but listen, if you're Black in this country and you're into any sort of entertainment, you gotta have a conscience. At some point, you gotta have a conscience to say, okay, hold up. This woman already has her own brand. And though it's a great honor to, we're not gonna sit here and lie. It's Balenciaga, darling. It is. It is what it is. A lot of us, listen, I see the girls. Y'all bitches can't, cause I got on my Balenci. We see the girls. We see the girls online doing this. Hello? Are we on the air? We see the girls doing this. We see the men doing this. Yeah, I got 1,500 on the watch, you know what I'm saying? 1,000 on the shoes, you know what I mean? We see this. Oh, what kind of shoes you wear? Yeah, these Givenchy's. I don't know what Givenchy is. I know Givenchy. I don't know Givenchy, but hey, but they be wearing it though. They might not know how to pronounce it, but they definitely be wearing it. And will tell you from the mountaintop high at above that they wearing it. Right? So we're not going to act like it wouldn't be a flex for us to be like, yeah, our girl Martini Rose said, yes, Balenciaga, honey, yes. But why not pour into her bank account? And girl, Do your own haute couture collection. But does she want to do that? What does she want to do? Maybe go over there to Balenciaga for a year and show the fuck out. Show the fuck out. She could definitely do it. It's no doubt in my mind that she could do it. And haute couture too. Are you kidding me? Just food for thought. You know what I mean? Like, and I know people think a lot of people like, ain't nobody worried about all of that. Like, nah, bitch, people really are worried about that. Like, what rock are you living under? Like, I know we got to take a break from it, but just because we're not all up in the mixes, all the bullshit that's going on, doesn't mean we don't have to have our head on straight and prepare ourselves and build ourselves. You know what I mean? Like, is it a good idea? Is it she has her own brand. Why not boost up what she's already doing so she could do her own haute couture collection? I'm just saying. And again, that's no shade to anybody. Because who the hell am I? A cunty doll. Shit. Anyway. So, listen. Martini Rose, you do what you want to do. But I wouldn't mind. I would be just as proud of you and just as hype if you, as a black woman with your own fashion house, did your own haute couture collection in Paris. It's always an option. Do you want to blow them away under somebody else's name? Or do you want to blow them away under your name? It's up to her. Either way it go, you bossed up. So, listen. I might as well keep my cigarette lit for this next story. So, talk a little fashion. Let's get into some hot topics. Y'all know this is the main event right here. Because, you know, I thoroughly do not like this woman. I never have. So, it's funny how that misogyny comes around 360, isn't it? Just hilarious. So, just hilarious. Commentator on the Breakfast Club, co-host on the Breakfast Club, excuse me. Let me get the title right. Recently, so let me give you guys the backstory for the whole story for those of you who don't know. So the Breakfast Club is, when we think of the Breakfast Club, I think of Howard Stern, Kathy Hughes. That's our modern day Kathy Hughes, Howard Stern. That the Breakfast Club is the hub of the culture, or it was. It's fading a little bit, but you know, it still is what it is. So they started out the show. There was Angela Yee, Charlemagne the God, who started off with Wendy Williams. I'm a huge fan of Charlemagne the God, but I'm gonna have to read you today. And also DJ Envy. Well, Angela Yee left. It was a whole bunch of scuttlebutt about her leaving, and they replaced her with Just Hilarious. Well, Just Hilarious decided she wanted to expand her family, and she got pregnant. And while she was on maternity leave, her replacement was former TMZ producer and current producer of The Breakfast Club, Lauren LaRosa. Well, Jess Hilarious has done had that baby, honey, and she done came back to work, and the replacement hasn't gotten out of her chair. So, Jess Hilarious decided to take to live on Instagram and air her grievances. Take a look.
We supposed to be a team up that bitch. Not one person comes to my defense at all. Like when like not one motherfucker ever with this online shit. Like, why the fuck should we have to keep playing it? Man, listen, I know one thing. Angela Yee ain't that motherfucking crazy. Not as crazy as niggas try to make out to be. Nah, it's the reason that lady wanted to leave that show. I don't know how she did that shit for 13 years, my nigga. I'm telling you. I don't give a fuck. Y'all already know what's up with me. I feel played with. I'ma play with niggas. Like, that's just like, come on. I've been quiet a lot. If Jess Hilarious is quiet, it's a motherfucking reason. I always got my motherfucking mouth open. All the time. Whether it's something.
So it went on for quite a while, and I was living for every moment of it. Listen, Just Hilarious. First of all, I thought this was extremely unprofessional. They could pay me $1,000 a month and I would sit on the Breakfast Club. They could give me $1,000 a month and I would slay every day. Regardless of how you feel about DJ Envy, regardless of how we feel about DJ Envy, regardless about how we feel about Charlamagne the God, they have made history. One of the most listened to, I remember Power 105.1 back when I was in elementary school, middle school, when it was Buck and Starsky. And what was the other girl's name? What was her? Miss Jones? I remember when it was like the 90s in its prime, like they had made history. So it's a prestigious spot to sit at. But now DJ Envy, Charlamagne, I fuck with y'all. I'm fans of y'all. Respect. But y'all are a little misogynist. Y'all are. Y'all do let some shit slide that shouldn't always slide. But every now and then, the comments will slap you on the wrist and we'll move on. But this is a man's world, So, Angela Yee had a lot to say when she left. They did her a certain kind of way. Both sides kind of played a part in it, but they definitely played that boys club mentality on Miss Angela Yee, and I don't even really care for Angela Yee. I respect her as a journalist and a radio host. Definitely, she's the glue that held it all together for all those years in the beginning. But especially me being a member of the LGBTQIA plus community, it's just some things that she said that I just don't agree with. But anyway, this is not about Angela Yee. She's no longer there. You know what it is about Jess? She's definitely a female, but she's not a lady. She doesn't know how to be a lady. Because, and listen, don't get mad at me. These are just the facts. There's a difference between being a female, a woman, and a lady. and she's a female. You know, she's very like, yeah, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know who they think they playing with out here. You know, I'm from B-more, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like, woo, calm down. Like, it's too much. It's too much testosterone. She's beautiful. You know, she's giving Tiana Taylor right here. She's beautiful, but she doesn't know how to be a seductress. She doesn't know how to be sexy, like, you know, in my personal opinion. So she plays up the homegirl card, you know? And it's really like, even with the thing with Risa Tisa, the transphobia that she often displays. Let's not even touch on that. You know, it's funny how that misogyny came around 360 girl and bit you in the ass. And then you went in on the girl Lauren LaRosa. Well, when Lauren LaRosa replaced her, people were like, and even because I wasn't watching it if she was on it. I don't care for Just Hilarious. I don't. She's not my cup of tea. I do think she does have a tendency to be mean-spirited, especially to the LGBTQIA plus community. And it wasn't just that one video where she called trans women delusional. I do think she's a little ignorant. I do. Shoot me. Oh, I can't say that on here. Boot me. But, so she has to play up the homegirl role. You know what I mean? And in order to do that, you got to go with whatever the homeboys say. And she's one of those type of girls. She's one of them hood rat chicks that only rock sneakers. She one of them. So, you know, the Baltimore Bada. So, when you do that, it always comes back to bite you. I was getting ready to say, you know, I'm high, sorry. When the girl Lauren LaRosa came in, she's a lady. She's graceful. She's beautiful. She's well-read. She has the stories together. She has a history in broadcast. She used to work at TMZ. She knows what the fuck she's doing. You know, they had, who did they have on? Oh, Candace the Pug Owens. And instead of asking her real questions like Lauren LaRosa wasn't even there at that point, I don't think. She's asking her, what black sitcom theme songs do you know? Girl, don't nobody give a fuck about that. Read this racist Hotep Negro. Where are the facts? Where are the statistics? You know, she's not the girl for that. I do think that Just Hilarious should just go ahead and fill out your contract, girl, and go on to move to better things. I don't know. But now I will say this. Just Hilarious, you made history. Because you're the only bitch I know that can quit her job on social media and go back to work the next day. So she went back to work the next day, and let me tell you what they did to her. Do y'all remember The Hunchback of Notre Dame? When Quasimodo escaped from the bell tower and they had him up on the stage and he was hogtied and they was throwing tomatoes at him until Esmeralda came off that rope and helped him? That's basically what they did to Just Hilarious. That's basically what they did to Just Hilarious when she went back to work the next day. Because they let the two girls go at it. And I thought, in my personal opinion, I thought that was fucked up. If I'm going to be honest. Do I think she deserved it? Yeah. I'm not going to lie. Yeah. But it was still fucked up. It was still fucked up. Them girls should have worked that out behind the scenes. We should have known nothing about that. But Jess, you started it. You're not one of the boys, Jess. And I don't mean that like you a diesel dagger or a trans man. I'm not saying none of that. I'm just saying your mentality is boys club like. And you not one of them. You not one of the homies. You're not. You not one of the, what the kids say now, the YNs. You not one of the YNs. You're not one of the YNs, girl. Ooh, honey. I am so tawdry for that. Ooh, girl. Girl, if she ever see this, she's probably gonna read me for filth. You tranny motherfucker. That's why you a boy. She probably gonna read me for filth. I don't care. It's what I'm saying is real. But yeah, so where was I at? Oh my god. So yeah, she has that boys club mentality, and it always, girls like that, it's like the most desperate way you could seek attention from men for me. Like, I respect a bitch more if she do it in her feminine energy, but to do it like you one of them, like, ooh, girl, ugh. You're not one of those girl. You're not one of them niggas, girl. I'm sorry. You're a girl. You know, and for somebody who has so much to say about gender and all of this, Miss Thing. Miss Thing. So they let the two girls battle it out. I thought that was fucked up on Charlamagne and DJ Envy's part, because we're not talking about what she was fussing about. We're talking about the two of them girls in the audio mud pit up there at the Breakfast Club at the Power 105.1. I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. But, you know, we don't want to be in the group chat no more. It's getting a little messy on the Breakfast Club. DJ Envy had that drama with the real estate. Thank God he got over that. Charlamagne that had his little drama. Like, listen, just do the radio. Do the radio and all the good things that y'all doing. We don't want to know that. We want to be out the chat, as the kids say. Take us out the group chat. So before I go, because honey, I'm hungry and I'm buzzed. Okay? So before I go, let me light my cigarette, because I'm really about to read this bitch. Because I don't like shit like this. And this is why I say I only have a few female biological women friends. Because I said something on the show when we were talking about the trans issues a while ago. And I said, if I could tell y'all, I ran down, I think maybe one story about some of the vicious things some of y'all women do to us trans women for no good goddamn reason. And you know why you do it. Because you know you can get away with it. Well, I hope I have the picture. Miss Natalie Barnett, honey. She is from the UK. And she's been trying to open up her gym. She's from the UK, darling. And she's an Instagram fitness girly. And she's been trying to open up her gym since 2021. Well, I've seen this story all over social media. I wasn't going to talk about it until she sat up there and cried. That pissed me off. So apparently she wanted to open up this all-women's gym because women, you know, they face all this type of riffraff with the men, dealing with the men at the gym, and trans women do too. I don't know what the inside of a gym looks like, honey. If I want to work out, I walk outside. My mom lives across the street from me down a nice country road, and I walk it. If I want to, girl, who got time to go to a gym? Really? What do they have in there? Is they men in there? Apparently so. And they were harassing her and other women, so she wanted to make this gym for all women. Now, initially, somebody asked her, she was on a live, I saw it, you can look it up on YouTube for yourself, because not everybody that's telling this story is giving the whole truth. So let me give you the whole truth. And I'm going to be really honest. So I saw her online on YouTube. I couldn't download the video, didn't really feel like it. It's Friday, I'm high. Somebody asked her in the comment section on the live on YouTube, does that include trans women? And she said, oh, of course. Oh, of course. Because as long as you identify as a woman, you're welcome in my gym. That's what she said now. Then the GoFundMe goes up. Now, I was commenting all up and through, and I wasn't sure, but I had heard from one of them butch queens down in Wolverhampton that, you know, the dolls had donated their dollars to Miss Natalie Barnett, darling. And when the doors opened, darling, or when the doors were about to open, darling, oh, she switched up. She flipped the script and said, no trannies allowed. I want to keep women safe. I am a victim of sexual assault. Excuse me, S.A. I've been through so... Girl, the fact that you are a dark-skinned black woman and you thought that you had the privilege or that anybody that mattered was going to care about your black tears, honey? Huh? You know what? And then I saw a lot of black women online. Oh, and the men. Oh, the men. Oh, we got to protect women. Protect masculinity. Protect our black women. Oh, why is it only protect your black women when it got something to do with some fags or some chicks with dicks? Why didn't it protect the black woman when you see your homeboy pulling the top drawer out the dresser and going clear across his girl face with it while you standing there? Are we on the air? So I saw all these black women, you know, yes, I stand with you. How dare they? Girl, we done been put out of better places, bitch. I don't like black cunts like her. We done been put... It's not about not being welcome. We're not welcome anywhere right now. It's fine. It's the fact, bitch, that if you're gonna sit up and push this lie and this stereotype that trans women are trying to get our patties. They're trying to steal our patties. Girl, then be scared of our motherfucking money too, bitch. That's what the fuck it's about. So the fact that you sat up there and you cried, and I hate to say this, I was the last time I was on live, Craig the writer Stewart and T.S. Madison touched on this story for a quick minute. And T.S. Madison said something, and I'm glad nobody took it the wrong way. And I had been saying it since I heard this fucking story. Girl, you are a dark-skinned black woman with no Eurocentric features, honey. Let me explain to you something. And this is not to say that she's not beautiful, because she absolutely is. But when it comes to the colonial beauty standards, darling, it's a chop for you. You don't meet the criteria, girl. They're already starting to pull real women out the bathroom. How dare you? You're trash. You're trash. And it's Friday. Somebody ought to take your black ass to the curb. Then I see black women posting stuff like this. This black girl right here. Yes, I'm going in.
It's not transphobic, it's called self-preservation. Natalie has made a woman-only gym and the internet is in flames because it's for biological women. I don't understand why it's so controversial for women to create spaces for themselves. Oh yes, because we live in a world where actual womanhood is seen as a crime. We are constantly under attack. And now it is by our own biological women who are advocating for our own demise, for our own erasure. Women need to gatekeep womanhood. Trans women are not women. They have male minds. What does that mean? They think like men, and that's exactly why they demand access to our spaces instead of just building their own. That is not inclusivity. That is called conquest. That is not equality. That is conquest. For those of you who want stats,
I want to know. This is what I want to know. Why are some of y'all women so afraid to step up to your real abusers? Why are you joining in on this white patriarchal notion that trans women are here to take your patties? Girl, don't nobody want that tuna tunnel. It's a beautiful thing. It gives life. A lot of people like it. God bless them. But girl, I don't want that. You can keep that tuna tunnel, honey. I don't want that. I don't want that at all. At all. And let me tell you something. If I did want some, it wouldn't be hard to get. Because it be bitches out here throwing me the cootie. It do. And I'm like, no, we're just friends. I don't do that. It's just not for me. So, the fact that you and a lot of other women are pushing that is, first of all, it's dangerous for us. Because this is the only time that the men show that they're really men when they come in. Those chicks with dicks and their faggots. And that's the only time they step up for y'all. Where were the men? Where were the men? Where were the men when they overturned Roe v. Wade? Huh? Where are the men when it's time to raise these children? And no, it's not all men, but it's the majority. Where are the men then, girl? Why are you women so scared to really call out your real abuser? And it's not every woman. Because I will say this. Thank you to the majority of black women. There were white women and Hispanic women and women of other, but specifically black women who I saw calling this hoe out. Thank you. You're real women of class, grace, and distinction, and you understand what's really going on. Because Miss Barnett, girl, you look like Deion Richmond, your goddamn self. Jordan Bennett from Sister Sister. Tamara boyfriend on the show. You look like this. If we gave you a low-cut Caesar with the Jeep wave and plucked them eyelashes off and wiped up all that makeup, it would be definitely given transphobia when it's coming from people like the right. Trans woman, trans this, trans that. That is just a buzzword to get you caught up in your own demise, especially if you're a black woman. I saw a group of women sitting at a restaurant, and Trey Songz walked up behind them and said, "Hey, Trey! Oh my God! Isn't that man an alleged rapist? Doesn't he beat women? I've seen him slap a bitch. Didn't we see a video? Wasn't there a video of him slapping a bitch? Allegedly. I don't want to get sued." Why do y'all? It's a subset of women that be going up for them type of men. They love them some Kevin Gates. That is a nasty. That man is sinister. Y'all go up for that man. Lil Boosie. Oh, I stand with Boosie. Yeah, you look like you do. Y'all women got to stop doing that shit, man. And it's a lot of black women out there. I have to say, it was a lot of black women out there like calling it like, girl. And let me say this once and for all again and repeat it again. She had every right to say, I don't want you trannies in here. But where you fucked up at is when you took them hoes' money. People donated under false pretenses. Bitch, you should go to jail. If you can't give them people, because you done spent the money, she done painted the gym pink, honey. Oh, we're gonna have a Pilates machine, and we're gonna have treadmills, and I have this herbal vaginal therapist coming, and he's going to give us yoni steams. She was doing all that, so I know that money gone. She needs to go to jail. And let me be clear, trans people, the LGBTQ plus community, there's a lot of money that flows in. Even the girls that y'all think ain't got a pot to piss in, even the girls you think ain't got it like that, you'd be surprised. So when that building goes up for sale, one of my good sisters down there in South London, go buy that gym. What that girl say in that video? Build your own. Go buy that gym and build it. Get a GoFundMe and get our own gym. And no cunts allowed. We don't feel safe around you. And I hate to have to be like that because I love the company of a woman, a bio woman. I do. I mean, all of us were inspired by bio women. We're not the problem, girl. It's these men that you got living up in your house, touching on your daughters. That's your problem, sis. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that because you are going to have a lot of blood on your hands. Especially now, all over the world, trans is the buzzword. And bitch, you know that. You know that. That's why you got up on there and shed them fake ass Karen tears like you had the privilege. Looking like this. And you thought you had the privilege. And I say that and I am not being a colorist. Me and her the same shade. I'm not being a colorist. I am not being a featurist. I'm being a realist, bitch. You don't fit the beauty standard mold when it comes to all this trans stuff. It's going to circle, just like Jess, hilarious, it's going to circle right back around on you. And we're seeing it already. Ooh, this wig is not giving tonight. Don't do that. And it warmed my heart, like to see so many women like, girl, you know that was wrong. Even the trans one was like, girl, don't nobody give a fuck. We can go to hell. I'll risk getting clocked and taken back to the crib. Cause that's usually what happened. Yeah, it'd be some beatings, yes, it is rough for the girls. But there are times when it's not rough for the girls. Especially if it's a late night gym session, I don't know nothing about the gym, but I'm just trying to be positive. I don't know. It's a possibility. It's like, girl, this is so stupid. You should be in jail. You stole them people money under fraud. Why would they donate to your gym if they weren't allowed to come? You knew they wasn't going to donate. And you did it because you thought you was going to get away with it because that's how little you think of trans people as human. And that, my sister, is disgusting. And I hope one of them bio women bop you upside your head. Anyway. I've been here for a whole hour. Ooh. Listen, y'all. I'll be back in a few days. Ciao.